Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, April 18th, 2024. I'm Giovanni Betancourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets. So, the stock market is in a bit of a slump, some say. The S&P 500 has fallen for four consecutive days, its longest losing streak since the beginning of January. But while the index closed 4.4% off its record high yesterday, it's not necessarily terminal for the rally. Hopes of a first rate cut in June have been dashed, bond yields have moved higher, and fears of an escalation to Middle East tensions have mounted. The market could use some help from corporate earnings to wake it from its slumber. If recent strong economic data have been bad for rate cut expectations, it can and should be good for corporate profits. The airline sector has provided evidence to that effect. United Airlines signals strong demand for travel, most notably among corporate flyers, and surprised to the upside with its second quarter profit outlook. The stock soared 17% and lifted the entire sector. If tech earnings can mirror the current optimism seen in the airline sector, the market rally could soon be back on track. Of course, it's not quite that simple. Expectations for airlines were relatively low, while the biggest tech names face a high bar given the hype surrounding artificial intelligence. Netflix will kick off things off after the close today, but next week will be key determining whether the good times can quickly return with Microsoft, Alphabet, and Meta platforms all reporting. Now, if the tech sector fails to inspire a comeback, the other positive catalysts may be thin on the ground. So, with that being said, let's take a look at what we can speculate to see in today's market fluctuation. In front of us, we have the NASDAQ chart. It's a daily candlestick chart. And earlier today, we were trending to the upside. Now, it seems that the momentum to the downside perhaps will continue. This support is relatively close to where the market is. I'm going to pull this down to 17,500. The RSI is getting closer, inching closer to being oversold, but at the open, we could probably just also see a continuation to the upside. So I'm going to have internally, let's use 17,800 as our psychological resistance level. Yesterday, the market did fluctuate towards that 18,000 round number. So, but it quickly retreated and just closed in the red. Also, the token for the S&P, which is has created is creating a nice tight channel. I'm gonna use yesterday's fluctuation as my resistance for the S&P. The yesterday's low, I'm actually gonna bring this down a bit more to about 50.40, which if obviously we continue with this sell-off, most likely it will be met. So 5,000 will 5,000 be that psychological round number where the market will stop. If this continues, we'll see. We'll find out. As far as the Dow goes, it has created a double top here with yesterday's and Tuesday fluctuation, so that can be used as a resistance. So 37,800 as our support. Crude oil yesterday with that gap down open, it continued with this momentum to the downside. Today, it fluctuated towards the $81, which is bounce off of it right nicely. Will it continue? Will this just be a profit taken from all of the sellers so they have to buy it back? Obviously, could that be just a pullback for a continuation to the downside for crude oil? $80 is perhaps could be nice psychological round support level for crude oil. Nat Gas yesterday actually was the one that uh, gave little momentum to the upside. It was speculated to continue to the downside, but it didn't. It actually recuperated. So today I'm gonna use Tuesday's fluctuation of 176ish as my resistance as it continues to move higher. Gold has created a trading range, a great setup for a breakout to the upside. Some are already talking about 3,000, gold at 3,000. I don't see it. uh, go at 3,000 just yet, unless we know we happen to see a full out blown war in the Middle East. Then most likely we'll be close to that. But first, I want to be able to see that gold has traded above 2,400 and closed above 2,400, and therefore the next target will be 2,500. But first we gotta surpass this 2,400 barrier or resistance. So the RSI is entering overbought territory. Silver, silver is also creating this tight range, equal highs, equal lows. Sideways movement, lateral movement, as I call it. A great setup for a breakout. Favoring to the upside, RSI is getting close to be entering overbought. Copper has been just really making nice move to the upside. Just throughout the week, it had created that same particular scenario with equal highs, equal lows, and the breakout to the upside. So let's see if 445 will be met today. Bitcoin, halving of Bitcoin is approaching, so it's creating a narrow channel. So let's see what will happen with Bitcoin. Will it break up to the upside, or will it just trend lower after the halving? The currencies are looking to stay stronger for the euro north of 106, actually north of 106.5. Let's see if that will be the case, and the pound north of 124.5. And that could happen if we see that the dollar index just happens to continue to depreciate and trade lower. Okay, but if it just happens to recover and trend higher, we'll see the currencies around 106 for the euro and 124 and more for the pound. That's it for me today. Have a great trading day. I will see you tomorrow.